like to start the show with a little something sometimes. So this time, I have a poem for y'all. Oh, I need the music back. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Start it again. All right.
greetings of the Most High in the seventh house of Gryffindor. It's your man Big Unc coming to you with a spoken word piece about accepting yourself and loving yourself. It's called Booty Hole of a Natural Hue. My queen, it remains to be seen if you want to be with me or on the other team. Why would you lie down with a lie? Why would you tell me something that would make me cry? But water does not flow from the eyes of a real guy. I do not dine on swine, but I was willing to take a little piece of your behind into my vessel because you told me that it was blessed. But the chocolate queen that I seen had a anus of a completely different team. That's not you. Your booty hole is not of a natural hue. I will not ingest bleach and ass in the same day. That is not the way that those of the Aunt followers will ever play. It is supposed to be not a lie, not a town cry. It's supposed to be a certain color. That's why it's called the brown eye. Thank you. Also, I will be selling a detox and protein shake next week. I will admit that it's mostly Parmesan. Mostly Parmesan is in my detox tea, but you will sweat out all the toxins.
So that we are clear, the BGKH Show does not support or recommend any of the things that you talked about, but damn it, we will refer that because it was a laugh for your ass. Literally.
I need a detox that's mostly Parmesan, my damn
Listen.
self.
And listen, Parmesan actually makes a really good brandy.
Yeah, they do.
It really does make a really good brandy.
Yeah, they do. So,
but, you know, listen, that's how we're going to start the show off today. Welcome to the BGKH Show.
Yes.
It is not the 20th. Today is actually the 11th of December. So I welcome to the December 11th.
Chiron's a little off.
2019 episode number 75 of the BGKH Show with Dominion and Epic. You are
Dominion.
I am Epic.
Yes.
So, listen, we had a week off, an extra week off. We had a little, a
lot going
on. Yeah, it really was. It was a lot going on.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot going on. Some of which we'll probably talk about. But just wanted to give you guys a shout out for still tuning in. We're going to try to jump into our topic tonight and jump on a couple of other things that we have here. But I want to highlight a couple of things from the show last week that we didn't get a chance to highlight and just kind of put out there, just kind of keeping you guys in the know. I first want to start off with some sad news. We had the passing of an Onyx associate, Sydney Garth, and we also
I got to talk about that funeral.
Okay, and we also had the passing of another family member in the Onyx family, Queen Rainey Rawley. She actually passed as well. So our condolences to all of the family and extended family and everyone that knew and loved both Sydney and Queen Rainey. So, and that is far and close.
Yes.
Thanksgiving was interesting for a lot of people. Yeah.
I mean, my Thanksgiving was lovely. Our Thanksgiving was lovely. There were 15 people who came over to the chateau, and we drank out of real glasses and stuff, real dollar store glasses. I went to
you are
drinking.
So
that was
classy.
So classy.
Oh my God, you are so classy.
I made little canapes.
Oh my God.
I made little canapes, with little toasts with a little. I made I had whipped cream cheese. No. This is classy.
I'm sorry, the canned cheese.
No. This is
with the star top?
No, this is
with the round top.
No, this is whipped cream cheese with feta and a cute little meatball drizzled with honey.
I mean, you didn't have no American, like you didn't have the slice of American cheese. I mean, like
no, we did not have sliced American cheese.
I mean, not even with the little individually wrapped pieces of paper. I mean,
no,
plastic. I mean, it was classy up until that point. I don't know what you do. Okay, well,
it was, everybody ate it though. That's all that matters.
Okay, all right.
Everybody ate it.
Shout out to one of my dear friend up in Baltimore. Thank you for hosting and inviting me to the house. As always, it is like coming home. So I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. We had a couple things that went on. We had a presentation at Bowie on November 23rd, the Brothers of Onyx,
yes.
As well as our pearls that came through as well. We had November 24th, we were in Philadelphia at Widener. We did a presentation.
Yes.
So the family went up there, both the Pearls as well as the brothers. Mm-hmm. It was really interesting. We actually always top off that trip by going to Ishkabibbles and also to Passional. So
yes, I got to get my layaway out there.
Right.
I got some
ensembles. Did you get that email?
Ready. I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I thought it was a lot more. I was like, okay, just split it into, I'll pay half this Friday, half next Friday.
I'll get to you when I get to you. It'll be
right.
before the end of the month.
Right.
But anyway, so shout out to Passional. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. Our sibling that works up there as well in Passional. So thank y'all. You were very Crystal. Thank you. You were very very good at what you do, obviously, and you guys made it a fun time as well.
Yeah, they are very knowledgeable about what's going on.
Very
so if you're ever in Philadelphia on South Street, go to Passional Boutique.
They are amazing.
So,
they are
you
absolutely
should definitely
amazing.
check them out. They've got lots of fetish wear, and then upstairs they have fetish gear.
Yes. So it was really cute. I'm kind of mad about those damn suction cups. I didn't get those.
Yeah.
They were kind of nice. But anyway, so we stopped at Ishkabibbles, and if anybody from Philadelphia knows, first of all, if you're from Philadelphia, you probably have your own cheesesteak joint, just like I have my own specific cheesesteak joint. However, Ishkabibbles 1 and 2 are two different locations on South Street, convenient, and then you hear a lot of people that talk about them. They're okay, but
I was just in a mood, and I was just like, this isn't. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was. No. Let's put it. It's better than like a cheesesteak at Subway, but that's damning with faint praise.
Yeah, I was about to say, but was it though? But okay.
And I'm just like this. It's like I'm gonna need to get a better Philly cheesesteak experience than Ishkabibbles.
Listen, if you can't dump that bucket of meat out on that damn grill and it look just as nasty and sloppy as it's going down that damn grill and then start to turn into some magic brown golden smell good stuff.
And if they don't season the meat at all, and I really want the kind of cheesesteak where the cheese and the meat is all mixed together, and you almost pour it into the bun because it's like it becomes like liquidy because the cheese and everything it turns it into.
That's a cheese whiz thing going on, and I ain't really.
Yeah, I love that's I want the cheese whiz experience with onions and green peppers and some mushrooms and all that shit.
I'm not a cheese wizard, but hey,
okay. That's but you just talked about the little star tip. I thought you was classy though.
But that is the cheese out of the can. That is not cheese whiz. That is canned cheese. That is a completely different thing. Get it together.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway,
my bad. Okay.
So we have this debate about Ishkabibbles, whether it is all it's cracked up to be. But again, that's a different conversation for later on. We also had Thanksgiving at the Green Lantern on Friday, November 29th. It was a
cute crowd.
It was a very cute crowd. Thanks for everybody that came out.
Shout out to our DJ, Cujo Onyx, who did a superb job.
Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. And then also, we had a conversation that we were going to talk about last week, and it was an interesting tweet from someone named Chino, and he said, and I quote, "If there was a vaccination to take away all of your homosexual tendencies and desires, would you take it to live a heterosexual life?" And I just found it to be a very, very interesting question, and it made me think for probably about 2 minutes. But I'll hold on to my thoughts. Let me get your thoughts first.
My life,
because it seemed it was blowing up Twitter and everything else.
Right. My life as a homosexual has not been terribly difficult. I wasn't particular. I mean, I went through some struggles, but it wasn't there's struggle and then there's like struggle. I mean, I wasn't abused. I wasn't, bullied or anything like that. I mean, so probably no. I'm like,
yeah.
I understand why some people might do that, but I also don't necessarily like to live in a coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of mode, because then you can just go down this path and there's never any positive that can come out of wishing for things that can never be. To me, I get that, that may be a comfortable fantasy exercise for some people, but for me, that is just frustrating because, I feel like you just going in this cycle. So it is what it is. These are the cards that I was dealt, so I'm going to make the damn best of them in my life. So, no. And I believe there is some emerging science that says that not just among humans, but let's just stick with humans. Whatever genes that create homosexuality or that can contribute to homosexuality, because you can have two twins, one is straight and one is gay. So it's partially environmental, partially genetic or biological. But I mean, along with that homosexuality comes a lot of genius that the world would not necessarily be privy to if not for homosexuals. So where would we be in terms of art and fashion and music and so many other creative processes without homosexuality? And I just cannot stress how much fun it is to put things in other men's butts.
Thank you. Thank you, Dominion. Thank you so much.
And that concludes my analysis.
Mine was a very short answer. Absolutely not, because I wasn't like you. I didn't have a upbringing that had involved a whole bunch of very negative stuff. I was always surrounded by a family that had a lot of love, and
right.
So. But what I also came to realize is that when I ventured out and found my tribe, it fit. So for me to say, can I take a pill and actually not fit with my tribe? No, because I wouldn't fit with my tribe. So absolutely not.
And but I mean, I get that some people may feel that way because they didn't find their tribe, or they grew up in a terribly religious household where they were beaten for any minor thing, or they went to school and were harassed and teased and bullied. And so, I mean, I get that. But for me, no.
Yeah, no. But anyway, so I thought that was an interesting comment. But we have some other stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
but again, the other thing that we wanted to jump into was this Lizzo thing. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sydney's funeral. So,
oh, yes.
Bitch. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes. I am sitting there like, I'm about to pass out. I'm literally about to pass out in this church. And so I went, and, Reverend Johnson, our friend, Guy, who's a pastor of a United Methodist Church out in the hinterlands. He was there, sitting with the clergy, and, there were more than a scattering of homosexuals in the audience. Like a heavy scattering. A heavy scattering. Like a light dump of homosexuals in the audience and in the choir stand. And, it was...
That's the B section of the homosexual.
Right. It was a beautiful ceremony. It was, a beautiful remembrance of who Sidney was and, everything that he meant to so many people. I mean, you think about, what will people say about you when you die? I mean, I don't know that. I mean, I'm not going to say people never had a crossword with Sidney, but it was any crosswords that people ever had with Sidney, it was because he had this fabulous vision and you just needed to get on board with that vision. So it was a beautiful ceremony. But I also did not want to hang around afterwards for church fried chicken and
bread
chats.
with kids.
And also, I didn't want to sit around and pretend to have and not discuss the elephant in the room, which was all these homos knew Sydney because Sydney was their gay mama. I was the only one who gave him a remembrance that even touched on that. I said Sydney was my father and he was my mother. And, so I just didn't really want to sit in the room with all of these homosexuals trying to pretend like don't nobody know they was homosexual. So just like, okay, girl.
Listen.
Okay, that's a nice ascot you got on, by the way.
That pink silk one, that's kind of okay.
Right.
With the rhinestones around the collar.
Right, but no one knows, girl. No one knows.
I mean, the matching purse kind of
right. Your man bag, yeah.
It pulls it all
I
together.
saw how it was matched. I see you got the red bottoms on.
Right.
Girl,
I mean,
but no one knows.
Yeah, no one knows.
No one knows.
Pull your stocking up a little bit there, honey.
Right.
Okay.
So okay.
But we're not going to go there. We're not judging.
But go off.
We're not judging.
No.
So, but anyway, we posted today about this whole controversy about Lizzo, and I want to invite everybody to call in.
Please.
So please do. So
240-719-2560.
Please call in. And for those of you who don't know what the issue is, so Lizzo went to a basketball game where the Minnesota Timberwolves were playing. Yeah. She has a crush on one of them, and she kind of keeps calling him out on Facebook or whatever. But anyway, during I'm not sure if it was the halftime show, but at some particular point, the cheerleaders started dancing to one of her songs.
Right.
And it was Truth Hurts. So she got hyped. She was in the audience like, yes, what? They playing my song, yes. So Lizzo, being the personality that she is, had on this shirt dress, but the ass was out in the back. So when she turned around and started twerking with them, Facebook, Twitter, social media, everything goes all in a tizzy. They're like, oh my God, like that was just awful. Like it was just so uncalled for. It was so inappropriate, and there were kids watching, and why she got to have her booty out? That doesn't make any sense. Why is this such a big deal?
So I want to say a couple of things. People keep pointing to Prince and say, well, people didn't complain when Prince did it. They 100% did.
They complained like shit.
They 100% did.
And I watched it live.
And because, they 100% did. People called ABC, threatened to boycott, whatever. I think I just don't I don't think twerking like that is sexy, period, regardless of your body size. I just really don't find it sexy on men or women.
And that seems to be the issue.
Oh, we have a call.
We have a caller.
We have a call. Caller, you're on. Hello, welcome to the BGKH Show at Dominion and Epic. Who is this?
This is Desmond Cole from Philly. How are y'all?
Yes, Desmond from Philly. What's going on?
Come on.
I'm all right. I got some. Hey, at first I can't wait to see what y'all got to say about Liz on that. But y'all really want to know what I think?
We do.
Sure, we do.
All right. Well, okay. I'm all for the big girl love, the big girl pride, all that other stuff. I love it. But this ain't the first time she disgusted me. She disgusted me in the tub with them M&Ms. But then this thing for the NBA, I honestly think that they should come down very hard on her. It's not about her being a big girl. At the end of the day, Janet Jackson faced hell because her titty came out during a performance at a football game. So, I mean, and America was all aware of that. We all know, especially us. We all know it. And I'm sure she did too. And for her to go there and do that, seriously, I think they should fine her, like charge her down.
So
I don't even mind her locking up for indecent exposure.
So I have a question for you. Is what she wore? She had on a shirt dress, and she also had on a thong and some stockings or garters or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't we have several performers that have performed in a garter and some stockings and a thong? Have we had performers that performed like that already on live television?
We do.
Okay. So what is the issue with her having that on as compared to anybody else? Because I can think of at least 3 people that have done that.
However, I agree with you, but those performers we have do it, they're not wearing a thong with it. And even if they do it, Beyonce, for number one, she always wear tights as her skin color.
But wait a minute. But didn't Little Kim come on stage with just a pasty over her nipple?
Oh, you just made me choke my water.
Listen, I'm just asking. I'm playing devil's advocate. Don't get me started on Janet. You know where I stand with that. You know I know where you live, so keep it cute.
I got something for that, though.
Keep it cute.
Keep it cute. Come on national TV with just a pasty on her titty. And then an icon, Diana Ross herself, you know, she tapped her titty and everything, and it looked playful, but I think that was a older person, a pioneer, like, you know, like, girl, you're doing too much.
I don't think that was that. I don't think that was cute, what that was at all. But thank you for your call in. I think we got another call on the line.
Thank you for calling. All right, listen, keep tuning in. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know about all of that. I everyone's 100% entitled to his opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't dislike. I see where he's coming from, but I feel like we need to interrogate.
Go ahead. Thank you for calling the BGKH Show with Dominion and Epic. You are on air. Who's calling?
Legionnaire.
Legionnaire.
Oh, come on,
hey,
Legionnaire.
What's going on?
Hey, Brista.
Hey, girls. How y'all doing?
We good.
How you doing? How your mama doing?
They are just fine. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's get your thoughts on this Lizzo situation.
Okay. Here we go. I can only speak for me, and I can say that I personally don't have a problem with the big girl wearing whatever the hell she want to wear, wherever she want to wear it. My issue was never about a big girl wearing a thong dress versus a small girl wearing a thong dress. My issue was always the appropriateness of the venue, because you can argue that there are people that, you know, it's a family event or whatever, and, you know, it was just something that people didn't expect to see. And I think it's okay for people to respond negatively to that. She chose to wear that dress, so she needs to be able to stand up to whatever criticism comes her way. And to her credit, I think she has.
Yeah, I definitely will say that. She's stood up for everything that she kind of believes in. I guess I'm listening to your thoughts on the appropriateness of the venue, and I'm kind of perplexed about that because it is just a game, and it was a venue, and it was a place that she felt comfortable wearing what she wanted to wear. But I mean, I guess I can see your point.
I think she
because
go ahead,
because your comfort level also has to reflect where you are and who's sitting around you. I mean, let's say this: would that be an outfit that she would wear to church?
Well, so that's a good point. That's a good counterpoint. But this
hoes go to church too.
Sinners got soul too.
Right. Hoes absolutely go to church.
I got that one.
I appreciate where you're coming from. I'm interested. I do think that we've seen two, you know, opinions that are different than what I think yours and mine are, and I honestly think that all opinions are valid, even ones.
Yes,
and I'm not suggesting that your opinion is informed by any form of fat shaming or fat phobia, but I think we need to interrogate all. And by interrogate, I just mean examine all of those opinions and be open to all of the opinions, not just those that support, you know, where we are in our life.
Exactly.
So thank you for calling in, Brista. And are we going to see you in MAL?
Yes.
Yes! All right, we'll talk to you soon, baby.
All right, love y'all.
All right, love you too. Yeah, so that's good. I mean, to some people, you know, there is a difference between, you know, maybe a public venue and a concert venue, because, and excluding like, you know, American Music Awards or whatever, but, you know, what you wear at a concert, you know, people have paid money and, you know, they know what they getting into a little bit. And maybe there's also a place to say, yeah, well, maybe Beyonce and Gaga and all those others, and maybe they were just as wrong for doing it too.
Yeah, see, I'm
not saying I agree with it. I'm just, trying to tease that argument out.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate on this, and because I think the biggest thing, what has made this whole issue so large is the fact that
pun intended.
Well, yeah, pun intended.
Yeah.
Is the fact that she's not a size 0, 1, or 2. I think that's what's made this whole issue larger than what it is.
Yes.
And then the fact that she appears to be completely and totally comfortable with herself and who she is. And so by that, if she was feeling extra sexy, she just decided, well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and wear my ass out. Now, I can't say that I haven't necessarily felt that damn sexy that I wanted to walk out the door with just some lotion on. But I also understand that I got to have a job and I need to understand that what my actions do, there are some ramifications to everything that I actually do.
Yes.
And I'm also not in the public eye like that to that extent. So I still feel like she can wear whatever she wants to wear, which I don't think anybody's disagreeing on that. I think, like the last caller just said, like Legionnaire just said, it may be a question of appropriateness, or is it really a question of a big girl versus a small girl?
And even when we say it's a question of appropriateness and, there were kids there, I mean, people see, I don't know what you saw in your house, and I'm not suggesting that that my mother or my father walked around naked all the time, but like when people see, like a woman is breastfeeding, it was like, but there are kids around. I was like, your kids don't see titties in the house? You don't ever? I'm sure you saw Mary's breast. I'm not suggesting she walked around the house with her titties out all the time.
It's my mother, and so at some particular point, I'm going to catch her either in the bathroom or at a date, or like something. Just like with my stepfather.
She in the bathroom. You're like, but Ma, you're in the bathroom. Get your ass
out of the bathroom. Yeah,
this whole thing is like, well, kids shouldn't. Yes, maybe kids shouldn't see you fucking, but just people seeing the natural human body.
Yes.
I personally have a problem with that because, again, she wasn't fingering herself. She wasn't sticking her. She was shaking her body
to her song that she was hyped
in a
about.
natural way. And yes, there were kids there, but if your child, those were not babies, but I don't care how old they are, if they haven't seen an ass, then I don't really know what to tell them. And there were Lakers.
They all got
there
one.
was the Lakers game, right?
It was Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lakers, or I think it was.
The Wolvettes, so whoever that was dancing was shaking their asses and everything, and nobody had it. So if you take away, if you say, if you didn't say there was a problem with the Wolvettes or whatever the fuck the dancers are called, shaking their asses, if we take that out of the equation, then it's only the big girl versus the skinny girl. So when you reduce the argument down to its lowest common denominator, it becomes big versus little.
Listen.
And you have a problem with this big girl shaking her ass because you are not used to seeing larger people owning their sexuality in that kind of way. I just think that a lot fewer people would still... Now, I think Legionnaire would probably have had the same concerns if it had been Cardi B or somebody else jiggling, but a lot of people would have had zero to say if it had been Cardi B or Rihanna or somebody else
Rihanna,
doing it.
First of all, Lady Gaga has been to a baseball game wearing a bra and panties and a pair of stockings.
Right.
Miss Rihanna wore
walked around with her titties out all the fucking time.
She will put on a sheer gown in a heartbeat and not even cover the areolas at all. Come on now, Beyonce, and listen, I love me some Beyonce. I think she's pretty groovy, and I know I have several friends that like Beyonce. But
she's pretty groovy.
But that titty is always, if it's from the side or from the front, just a little bit.
Barely covered.
Holding on.
And Kim Kardashian, we've seen, and we're not even talking about the sex tape. By the way, I ordered some of Ray J's earbuds.
Raycons?
Yeah, because the Root gave them like 2 thumbs up. They said it was some of the best headphones.
Let's talk about that with you, because I'm having a problem with that.
Oh, did you get the 55s?
No, I'm just having a problem with the idea of, he can do a quality product. I'm just having a problem with it because I don't know. I keep seeing him as Brandy's little brother.
I don't think about that at all.
But,
he may be Brady's little brother, but
But
he's like almost 40 years old.
Yes, he is.
So
if it's a good product, I'm here for it. I just want to,
So, and I was, because, I don't do celebrity endorsements.
Yeah.
The only reason I was only aware that they had them because The Root did an article on it, and the article started off like in that same, like, Brandy's little brother, but then the reviewer like listened to them over the course of the day, and they said that they loved them, and they like, and The Root doesn't do like technology reviews because so it was really about Brandy's little brother, and it started off like clowning him a little bit, but then once they actually got the fucking headphones,
they liked it.
They liked them, and I've been looking for some earbuds, and they're less than $100 for the top of the line ones.
Well,
so
we can do a review and see how they go.
Yeah, because when mine arrive, I will let you know, because the big headphones that I wear are fine in the summer.
Yeah,
but when you gotta have something covering you gotta have on. If I have on the hat, because the hat gotta cover my ears. And then the headphones over that, if I turn my head too fast, the phones will go flying because there's nothing for them to grip onto.
We will review the Raycons when we get. Well, actually, you will review them because I don't have them. I'll go.
So you know what, Lizzo is making this shit work because it was announced today that Lizzo is the Entertainer of the Year. Honestly, I've not heard a single Lizzo song all the way through.
Listen,
and I don't. It's not because I'm just one of those people that if everybody likes something, I tend not to be into it.
I had to realize that
we can't listen to stuff.
I know, but I'm just saying I had to realize that there was one of her songs that I absolutely, totally, 210% enjoy. That damn Lizzo about "Where's My Phone."
Oh, okay.
Listen,
I'm gonna listen to it at some point.
And definitely, it is something that I think that probably Azamek is on his list because it's almost ratchet and it's just right there. But it's right there. It's
Team Ratchet,
right? But it's right there on that list. So listen, Azamek, if you're watching, listen, give me shout out to you because you possibly have this on your list already. But I like this "Where My Phone At," but you need to check on that.
I'm gonna check it out. So we want to take a moment to recognize some new title holders. So Mr. Northeast Leather is Donnie Bell. Ms. Northeast Leather is Caden Yu. Mixed Northeast Leather is King Marie, or
I think it's
Mari? King Mari, and Northeast Boot Black, friend of the show, is Steel Toe Scribner. So congratulations to all of you. Look.
Right.
All right.
We'll see you all at MAL.
Yes. Get it together.
Yes, get it together. So I'm going to shift it a little bit here because I found this article as stuff comes across your across your feed on Facebook, and just stuff that happens. So I read this. I came across this article that was in. It was on the pause.com website, and it talked about an HIV outbreak in a small town in Pakistan.
Yes.
And there are 900 children that have tested positive for HIV in this town. Now, it has grown to over 1,100 cases. And like I said, 900 of those are newly diagnosed and are younger than the age of 12. That's nearly 1 out of every 200 residents of this particular area called Ratadero. The New York Times reports that officials believe the real number of HIV cases is much higher. In fact, not even a quarter of the city's population has been tested. So here's where stuff breaks down. When health officials began investigating the outbreak last spring, they said that reused syringes and medical malpractice were to blame. One of the pediatricians there, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, Muzaffar Gangro, thank you, who served in the poorest families, was found to be at the center of the outbreak. A father recounted the times that he watched the doctor rummage through trash for a syringe to use on his son. 4 of the man's children contracted HIV and 2 have died. This is one of those things where you start talking about in 2019 why people are not aware and practicing and following the rules of the rules of safety when it comes to health, when it comes to blood, when it comes to HIV. Now, there is also a socioeconomic piece to that may be here because if they don't have the resources, the money for the resources, then they don't have these new syringes. However, this is a case in which you can see how a potentially an outbreak to occur going across the country.
Yeah, because, it was, they said that The typical Pakistani health patient believes that injections are part of regular treatments, and doctors frequently administer them in order to satisfy their patients, often resorting to reusing syringes. And the doctor that they spoke to, Arshad Altaf, he's a physician and HIV injection safety expert, says that the country has one of the highest rates of hepatitis C in the world and also sees regular outbreaks of hepatitis B. And this blurb doesn't say it, but the inference is that a lot of that is due to the reusing of needles.
Yes. So, listen, I hope that with this article, there will be some change that comes about. Even though the doctor that was arrested and charged with negligence, manslaughter, and causing intentional harm, he constantly maintains that he's never reused syringes.
Right.
And because he's not been convicted, he's been able to renew his medical license and now works in a government-run hospital.
Right.
God bless those people in this particular country and that comes in contact with him. God bless those that know him because at some particular point, this is about karma for you as a doctor. Listen, let's try to fix that for yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
But also, let's try to stay educated as much as you possibly can. There's too many resources out here that are free to actually know that some things should not happen. So
yeah, but I mean, there's yes, everything that you're saying is true, but there's different issues in the United States and in some of the. I hate to use developed countries, so I'm just going to say Western countries.
Okay.
The issues are different there. What the inference here is that the typical Pakistani health patient believes that injections are part of regular treatment. So there is the inference here is that they're more likely to give even like placebo injections.
Right.
Because people think that they're getting some effect of it. So there is a different educational challenge there to get people to understand that everything isn't treated through an injection, for one, and then that there are certain safety protocols that need to be followed. Listen, I mean, doctors in other countries aren't held to the same standards. And if they hadn't had, the prevalence of HIV and hepatitis B and C outbreaks, this wouldn't even be an issue. So
I'm praying for you all, and I hope that I hope that there's a happy ending to this at some particular point. I don't even know if that's possible, if that's even correct to say, but I just hope that there's a better ending to this story. In that same vein, being on the sad side, how many of you remember the television show Alice?
As a man of a certain age.
Listen, that would be me. The child star of that show, his name was Philip McKeon. He died on Tuesday morning. He was 55, and he was best known as his role as Tommy Hyatt, which would be Alice's son, on this show that came on CBS. And I don't know if you remember Alice. She was a waitress in a diner. There was an old grumpy chef. His name was Mel. And there was another waitress named Flo. And she would always say, "Kiss my grits."
Mel Sharples, kiss my grits.
So I absolutely adored the show when I was a kid. And so it was always cute to look at. And it was something to fill in. So I adored the show. And it was kind of sad news to hear about that. Tommy, or Philip rather, McKeon is actually the brother of Nancy McKeon, who was on The Facts of Life. She played Jo on The Facts of Life. So just so you all know who that actually is, that it is her brother that is actually.
Yeah, I was not aware of that.
Yes, that was her brother. So our condolences out to the family and so we'll be watching you in reruns. Or at least I will be, because it comes on now and I do catch it.
So your show, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, is going to premiere on January 24th on Netflix.
So yes, I absolutely apologize because I got the dates wrong and I told you I had the wrong date, and I'm so sorry. But listen, I just confirmed this on Deadline. Mm-hmm. January 24th, they even have a synopsis out of what the show is going to be about.
Hallelujah.
But if any of you have watched the show and you know how it ended with Sabrina's Boo thing being taken to hell, you know that there's going to be some journey back there to go pick him up and figure out what's going on. And then they're forming this group called the Fright Squad, I think it is, I think it's the Fright Squad, and they're going to be trying to solve some other issues that are going to go on. And there's also a rumor that there is a circus that is coming to town that has come to resurrect an old evil. So I got to figure that out. But January 24th, I'll be in that show watching it. And so, in fact, I might even try to go back and watch this second season just so I know have everything fresh in my mind when January 24th comes. So be on the lookout for that.
For you who are into science fiction like me, The Expanse. Did you watch?
I have
any of
not,
that?
but I just had someone, a coworker of mine, actually talk about that.
Yeah. So The Expanse was the first. What was the first 3 seasons? Was on Sci-Fi, and then this was like one of the. Like, everybody loved it. The Expanse is actually a series of novels that that are out there that is really popular, and then they've combined several of the novels, and they have a story.
Okay.
It was great to see how that story was translated from the book to the screen, but at the height of its popularity, Sci-Fi canceled it. Because, Sci-Fi is Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi is the channel that has Sharknado.
Listen, but Sci-Fi has some good shows on it. I'm not
They
gonna lie.
do.
They have some good
But,
shows on it.
and The Expanse being one of them. But, you saw the production budget of Sharknado. The budget for
Their CGI budget was off the chain.
And so the budget for The Expanse was too great to support it. But Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon, loved the show. And so he bought the rights to the show, and now it's going to be on Amazon Prime. So episodes are available this Friday.
On Amazon Prime.
All 10 episodes.
Shout
and
out, yeah.
It's already been renewed. So actually 2 seasons were on on Sci-Fi. So season 3 is coming up, and this is Prime, so all 10 episodes are supposed to drop, I think, at once. And then it's already been renewed for season 4.
Jeff Bezos, can you buy the Badlands so they can bring that back? Because it was on AMC, I think it was. But can you buy the Badlands? Because that was a really good show. They just started getting into the good seasons. Can you buy?
And
that?
they had some previews for The Boys.
Oh my God! Have you watched the first season?
Of course.
Okay, so I have not finished the first season because I keep starting and stopping.
Where did you?
I'm still maybe episode. So the female character just went back to her ex's.
Starlight.
Went back to her ex's house and had a moment there. But then I also remember that the younger female character, the newest one.
Oh, Starlight is the youngest female.
Right. She had that breakdown at the carnival type of thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of in that area. I'm not far from that. So I'm still pretty early on. So I have to finish it.
Yeah. So it's good.
But it's dirty though at the same time.
It is. Yeah.
And what's her face from? She played in Adventures of Babysitting. The blonde.
Starlight.
No. From The Company.
Oh, yeah, her.
She's
the one with the child.
Yeah, she's old nasty thing. I kind of old nasty evil thing. I kind of like her a little bit. So, but I gotta finish watching.
Then in January, I'm a Trekkie, so Picard comes out.
So wait a minute. I hear that Wilson Cruz is showing up on one of these Star Trek type shows somewhere. Discovery. I might have to start watching that.
Girl, you are late.
Listen,
man, that's 2-3 years now.
I didn't know he was on it. Now that I know he's on it, I might have to tune in. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and he's
Wilson,
he's quite sexy.
If you want to call into the show or something, 240-719-2560, or you can. There's an express lane for you, 301.
Right. You can just tweet him. He's on. Yeah, you can slide into his DMs.
Oh, I'm gonna slide into his DMs. Let me see if I can find him. Okay, all right. Go ahead.
You and every other thirsty queen. And so what else is? Oh, and Star Wars is next Friday. Oh, I'm 100% for it. I am actually going to go and see it at the Air and Space Museum, so I can see it in
that screen.
the 70-foot tall screen.
Yeah, that screen. Now that I'll give you. Any movie on that damn screen is amazing because Godzilla was everything.
Godzilla. I've seen Godzilla. So I've seen Black Panther on the 70-inch screen twice.
Yeah, I didn't see
because I saw it in Fort Lauderdale when I was there for the one weekend. Then I saw it again with Disciple. Then we saw, was it the first Avengers? Like not Endgame, but whatever the one that was right before.
The first one, okay.
Yeah, and then Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Gojira.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I am looking forward to Star Wars next week.
So I'm gonna go a little bit off script. So just so y'all know, I walked into our studio tonight and I've got some very sad news.
Very sad.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this time and embarrass our producer, who just decided to tell me that he was no longer going to be producing this damn show. But I ain't mad at him, though.
Right. What is we going to do?
I'm just saying.
How is this going to happen?
You just can't break this,
you just
this information
dropped the bomb
as I walked in the door. I was still cold from outside in the damn parking lot.
Right.
Then I come into this cold room. I mean, you just going, but I mean, it's all right. I mean, I'm
happy for you. I mean,
I'm glad. It's whatever.
Go enjoy your little retirement. I mean, whatever.
Go on.
Go to California and have your little fun. Go have
sit by the pool,
fun with the wretched. Okay, fine. But then what about us that are stuck here?
We still got another 20, 22 years or something like that. Right? I mean, come on.
I think it's you fucking sitting on Santa Monica Pier, with your cocktail and some cutie on your arm, and we got to still go to work and shit every day.
Waiting on a damn metro.
Right. Like fucking Ron is over here with a goddamn.
God damn it!
Mm-hmm. And Miss Mary on his arm, like he gonna find some sexy little 55-year-old that's got 2 grown kids and can cook her ass off, and
he like that's all right, right.
Keep going. Speak it into existence.
Listen. So, but listen, congratulations. Listen, you coming back? When you come back, like, how is this? This retirement vacation is gonna last for how long? 2 weeks?
No,
damn it! I was trying to make it happen, but okay. But all right. Well,
so what were we supposed to talk something about, like Christmas gifts or something?
Were we?
Like a few weeks ago. Oh no, we were supposed to talk about Thanksgiving food, but that's.
Oh yeah, I ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
So we got what next week, and then what? We got 2 shows left.
You got 1 show left.
1 show, yeah, because we're not doing the show on Christmas Day because we're gonna be full.
1 show left.
Yeah, I'm not doing no show on Christmas Day.
Because for other reasons we're gonna be full. Because you know where we going on Christmas Day? Motherfucking Del Frisco's. I already know what I got. Listen, I feel like I am going to have my carpaccio. I am going to have my medium ribeye, and I am going to have my sticky toffee pudding, served to me by Umar, who is the sexiest waiter there, but that is damning with faint praise.
I mean, if you can't go to Del Frisco's, I mean, where the hell else you gonna go? But I mean, whatever. But yes, and I will have my filet that will be overcooked, but still be good to the motherfucker. And I'm gonna eat all that motherfucker up. Yes, God.
Speaking of previews, bitch, tell me you saw the preview for motherfucking Wonder Woman 1984. I'm so
okay.
Wait. I saw it. I was sitting there.
But the lightning part, that's the part right there. Listen,
is this bitch flying through the air with her magic lasso?
Yes,
the lightning bolt.
Did you? Oh my God! You need to watch the previews for Wonder Woman 1984.
The preview just gets you.
It was everything. Listen, and I'm glad that they're touching on stuff from Wonder Woman because she is a demigod and she's that bitch. There's so many things that she can do that people just don't understand. And this, on that preview, was everything for me. I was like, is she still like Spider?
So there's a couple of things. When she was doing that, she was with the lasso.
Number one, that lasso. Listen,
the lasso
this lasso.
Everything. when she does the kickback, and she kicks the dude away, and her whole body is horizontal.
I need y'all to get into this preview because it is everything.
And at the end, I think that's her mother, Hippolyta, with the wings, and she says,
No.
That's
I thought that was her in the gold out with the wings.
let me look again, but I thought that was Hippolyta.
But it was
because there was
hot.
a scene where they were back on Themyscira. Because remember they were doing the whole thing. I thought that was Hippolyta.
It could have been
whoever it is.
Okay.
Is in this gold outfit with these gold wings, and she does this shrug, and the wings fall back, and she does this.
I'm here for it.
You know, where she puts the weight on one leg, and she's just like, and what?
I'm here for all of it.
All of it.
But
all of it. And
listen,
the soundtrack was cute.
What's on the soundtrack? I didn't hear
I mean, not the soundtrack, but just the music that was in.
Oh, well, it's 1984. Once again, 1984.
It was the perfect little electronic, soundtrack and everything. Her body is sickening. She's just gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
So the rumor is also that Linda Carter was supposed to make a cameo in this.
Yeah, I had heard that too. Yeah,
I don't know where she is in this. I hope she's in here. It would be great. So listen, I just hope it happens. But I'm happy for it. But it looks good. Now this villain, Miss Cheetah.
Yeah, I need to see more of Cheetah.
I've seen drawings or like illustrations of, but I haven't seen how Kristen Wiig is going to turn into Cheetah.
Well, you did see the one scene where she, like in the very beginning, she's giving you this mousy, have you ever been in love? But then the other scene where she comes in the black dress, apparently after she's become Cheetah or whatever, she's giving you sexy Kristen Wiig, and I was like, okay, Kristen got a little sexy. When you think of Kristen Wiig, I mean, you just don't necessarily think of sexy like that.
Bridesmaids.
Right, you think of Bridesmaids.
This is happening.
This is happening. This is happening. So, and I'm interested to see how they bring Steve Trevor back. I feel like it's a trick.
Well, so
I feel it's got to be a trick.
The other villain his name is Max. I can't think of it. It's the guy, Max. He has some sort of telepathy, telepathic powers of something. And so I think that there's some trickery-dickery.
There's got to be trickery
because
trickery
going on.
That movie takes place before Batman versus Superman and Justice League, and she keeps talking in Justice League. Remember when she and Batman was in the room? She talked about losing Steve. So if Steve was still around, then she wouldn't have been talking about him in the past tense.
That's
so
true.
I feel like it's a stunt.
It's something. Listen. I got to see what they're gonna do, but we got to. But I'm here for
June 5th, which is the day I graduated from high school. That will be 31 years. 31 years, yeah.
Yeah, 31.
31 years. That's June 5th. I graduated from high school. So that's how I will celebrate my 31st high school anniversary by going to see motherfucking Wonder Woman.
Mine was on the 21st.
Of June?
Yeah, 21st of June. But, okay.
Yeah, so I am 100% looking forward to that. And for our last show, we will remind our producer so that you can tune in now. The BGKH Show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Just search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGKH Show with Dominion and Epic. Currently, we are still able to host a small but enthusiastic
You need endless conversations. See, this is what happens when people come to late. Really, Ernest, you need on a conversation at 8:59. I'm gonna include you in this conversation. Wait a minute. Keep on.
Okay, so if you can't be in our audience, you can call and chat with us at
240-719-2560.
What was that when we told you to call in? 240-719-2560. So, Epic, how can the viewers get in contact with you?
So, besides calling at 240-719-2560, you can also find me on Facebook if you actually look up Epic Onyx. You can also find me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx, and you can also find me on Twitter at Epic Onyx1. How can they reach you?
In addition to calling in, when we asked you to call in at 240-719-2560, you can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at Dom Onyx. You can find me on Facebook at Dom Onyx and my website, Diamonics.com.
Would you say repeat that? 240-719-2560. But I got one for you. Hold on just a second. Thank you all for tuning into the show. We love you all. Good night. Bye.